He don't want to get in the ring with me because he's a pussy. That's why.
Fuck you, man.
What's going on, you guys? Canelo Alvarez, as we know, came out recently and said that he don't want to fight Mexican fighters. Jose Benavidez Sr. reacts. The father and trainer of David Benavidez, who some years ago was looking like he was next in line to face Canelo Alvarez, but we know what happened. But he's still campaigning at 168 pounds. And it's looking like now, more than ever, that Canelo fight is far, far, far from a possibility. And Jose Benavidez says this: I've never in my life heard a champion say that. If he wants to be like Julio Cesar Chavez, to me, Julio Cesar Chavez is the best that Mexico has ever given. He'll never be like Julio Cesar Chavez because Julio Cesar Chavez fought black, Mexican, Puerto Ricans, anybody. And this guy is saying that he would not fight any Mexicans. Yeah, man. I mean, you got to kind of look at it that way. That's almost like Errol Spence saying, I don't want to fight black fighters. It's like Terrence Crawford saying, I don't want to fight black fighters. It's like Deontay Wilder saying, I don't want to fight black fighters. But Canelo Alvarez comes out and says that he don't want to fight Mexican fighters. Now, for me, how could your fellow countrymen eat if you don't want to fight them? It's a sport, right? It's a sport. I don't know. Is Canelo scared of Mexicans? Because in the past, he fought Angulo and some other Mexican guys earlier in his career. But now that he's a superstar, he don't want to fight Mexican fighters. He wants to represent Mexico, right? Now, for Zerudo Ramirez, he reacted to it as well. And he said the same. Like, hey, I'm a champion. I mean, I'm a fighter and I'll fight anybody, right? This is what these guys are saying. They're saying they'll fight anybody, right? But Canelo Alvarez, nah, I'm not about to fight anybody. And then Senior says this. And now he's saying that if Zerudo Ramirez beats Bivol, he's not going to fight him. He's not going to fight Mexicans. To me, I don't have any respect for this guy. Bro, champions fight anybody. That nationality doesn't matter. Wow. I mean, it doesn't. Once you step in that square circle, only the best man will win, right? But Canelo Alvarez put a parameter, put a hurdle, put a barrier up. I won't fight Mexican fighters. So if the sanction bodies decide to mandate Benavidez or somebody like that, what will Canelo Alvarez do? Benavidez is going to be around for as long as Canelo Alvarez is going to be around, if not longer. He's a younger guy. He's still making 168 pounds, so is Canelo Alvarez going to be running around this guy, or is he going to eventually stand still, turn around and say, what's up, let's do it? I don't think so, right? And then Jose Benavidez Sr. says this: if you think you could beat David, why don't you come and shut me up? Fight my son. But it is what it is. He's scared of fighting David Benavidez. If David was so easy, he wouldn't care if he was Mexican or black or whatever. But he knows that David is stronger, bigger, and hungrier. Wow. I mean, look. I think it's going to take Canelo Alvarez fans pressuring him, his actual fan, his core fan base, to actually pressure him to fighting another Mexican fighter. But I think a lot of his core fans, his hardcore fans, are on the fence with him in regards to not fighting these Mexican fighters. So what these guys will do, they'll come in here and say, well, this guy did this, he didn't do that, he don't deserve a fight, he's not really Mexican, etc., etc., etc. They'll say all kinds of stuff, right? Just to downplay that guy, that Mexican fighter, just so he won't get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, it's crazy. He seems to only want to fight certain black fighters, and he don't want to fight no Mexican fighters. I mean, what's the angle here? Maybe next time somebody get a camera in his face, they can ask a little bit more detailed questions. Now, will he answer him? I doubt it. He'll probably answer him the way he want to answer him. Then Senior says, I have a lot of respect for him. Right now, I wouldn't call him pound for pound because he lost to Bivol, but he's a dangerous fighter, but we're not afraid of taking challenges like that and risk our undefeated record with someone like him. But he just doesn't want to take that opportunity or the risk of losing to David Benavidez and taking all his fame. That can be a thing. Another Mexican fighter comes in and beats the star Mexican fighter, Well, now maybe he'll be the star. Maybe David Benavidez will be the star. Even though he's half Mexican, half Ecuadorian, and he lives in America, he still represents, the Mexican people and things of that nature, right? So I think Mexican fans, regardless, would gravitate towards David Benavidez. I mean, he's an exciting fighter. He's a really humble guy. I think they'll gravitate towards him regardless. But I think a fight with Canelo Alvarez will take him to the next level. However, Canelo Alvarez isn't giving these type of guys opportunities. Then he says, he lost to Bivol, not a problem. If he loses to David, David becomes a superstar and he's forgotten. That's what I think. That's what it is. End quote. Wow. Hey, I just said it. If Benavidez goes out there and whoops Canelo, he may steal his star power. He may steal all his shine. And Canelo Alvarez don't want that. Right? So, yeah, man. I mean, look. With Zerudo Ramirez, in my opinion, he looks really, really huge. Right? I'm not sure if that's even really practical. Canelo Alvarez, he could fight at light heavyweight as we've seen before, but I think he can only fight certain light heavyweights, right? He's not one of those dudes that's going to go up there and fight the biggest light heavyweight. However, he's still somewhat interested in fighting Alexander Usyk. So that kind of contradicts everything he says. I don't fucking know, people. Why don't Canelo want to fight Mexican fighters? Is he scared of Mexican fighters? Is he scared that if he loses to another Mexican fighter, that Mexican fighter will become the man? Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.